former students to pursue their interests and dreams. With that in mind, it is my pleasure to introduce our first former graduate, a former student of mine from Ridgewood, Jessica Grobe, who will also be our entertainment. Jessica attended Ridgewood Elementary, Hilliard Station 6th grade building, as well as Weaver Middle School and Davidson High School, where she is a 2000 graduate. She is the granddaughter of Grace Tharp, for which Hilliard Tharp is named. Jessica began her career in 6th grade when she began traveling to New York City for auditions and to perform in various roles. While attending Hilliard Schools, Jessica performed in school plays, participated in senior choir, and was a member of the National Honor Society. She played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz in New York City, as well as on the national tour, starring alongside Mickey Rooney and Eartha Kitt. Since graduating from Hilliard, she has starred in Les Mis, Thoroughly Modern Millie, Sunday in the Park with George, as well as the national tour of The Boyfriend that was directed by the Julie Andrews. Her most recent role was a lead in Guys and Dolls. Jessica is married to fellow Broadway actor Dan Cooney, and they are expecting their first baby, a son, in the next few weeks. You can imagine my angst yesterday waiting for a text or an email to make sure that she got here since she was our entertainment this morning. Please join me in welcoming Jessica Grobe, who will be accompanied by Mike Martin as she performs two selections from Children Will Listen and In My Own Lifetime.
How do you say to a child in the night, nothing's all black, but then nothing's all white? How do you say it will all be all right when you know that it might not be true? What do you do?
What you
Children will listen.
This is Mr. Mike Martin, who is incredible, and Darby is so lucky to have him. This next song is called In My Own Lifetime, and I feel like it is such an important song, not only for educators, but just for the world. So I hope it lifts you up a little bit.
In my own lifetime, I want to see the fighting cease. In my own lifetime, I want to see my son enjoy the fruits of peace. While I'm still here, I want to know beyond a doubt that no one can lock us in or lock us out. We have climbed higher, much higher than I thought we'd climb. It's a long journey, and even though the end's in sight, there's not much time. I want to know we haven't built on sand. In my own lifetime. In my own lifetime, I want to see our efforts blessed. In my own lifetime, I want to see the walls come down, and then I'll rest. This Moses wants to see the promised land. In my own lifetime. We have climbed higher, much higher than I thought we'd climb. It's a long journey, and even though the end's in sight, there's not much time. I want to know we haven't built on sand. In my own
Now why I'm really here. Thank you so much. Warm response. Okay, so public speaking makes me really nervous. And I know that I, do this for a living in a way, but it's different. When Mrs. McNaughton asked me to come back and speak about a teacher who had had an impact on my life and career path, one person came prominently to my mind. I feel so fortunate to have had so many fantastic teachers here at Hilliard who love their jobs and go the extra mile to inspire the young minds that they are shaping. The person I chose was not only a favorite teacher of mine throughout my very formative elementary school years, but a friend and a source of great support for me throughout my career. In her classroom, I learned the basics of how to read music and rhythms. I can still remember ta ta ti ti ta ti 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 ta ta. These are skills that have come in very handy for me when I am handed a piece of sheet music in an audition or in a rehearsal and expected to know how to read it. In her classroom, I always felt safe and encouraged, and through music learned to express myself. And the class was fun. This, to me, highlights the important role of having arts education in our schools. Even if a child doesn't ultimately go into a career involving the arts, the confidence that they learn from making music or a painting or a piece of pottery can be carried with them throughout their lives. And hopefully those who don't become artists learn to appreciate the arts and become patrons. Teachers of the arts must be applauded for their dedication to something that is such a confidence booster and can even heal the spirit and soul of a child. This teacher has been there for me every step of the way from the day I met her. She has truly gone above and beyond the classroom and has been there to guide and support me, not only in my career, but my personal life as well. It gives me such great hope for the future of my son that there are teachers who truly care and take a personal interest in their students. This teacher is my elementary school music teacher, Jane Wenner. And I would like to say to Miss Wenner, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've touched my life in more ways than you could ever know and that I could ever express to you. And you continue to touch the lives of your students who are so lucky to have you as a teacher. I think you should come up wherever you are.
This is why we do what we do.